What's the weirdest birthday present you've ever received? So's parents got us like 15 sex related items for her birthday. Cuffs, paddles, whips, leather straps, 2 vibrators, lube, etc. We had to just sit there and open each item, thank them, and then move on to the next item hoping it'd be like a shirt or something. Nope. Clit massager. Okay. When I was 10 I said I wanted a brick as a present to my granddad, and told him I wanted it because I could throw it through the TV at our home and get a new one. Fast forward to my birthday and there is this very nicely packed present, with the brick inside. And when I look up at my granddad he is almost dying of laughter. Man, I miss him. On my 13th birthday my friend presented me a string. He said, now you can play with your cat. I didn't have a cat. A board game with half the pieces missing. Then the guy asked me for it back after a couple of days. The last time my aunt saw me was back when I was 4 years old. She sent me a small kid-sized Spider-Man t-shirt when I was 13. When I turned 18, about 20 of my friends threw a surprise party in my basement, and as a gift, one of my friends gave me one of those mini boxes of Cocoa Krispies, and everyone at the party signed the box before I got there. His explanation was, I wasn't even told we were throwing you a surprise party until like an hour and a half ago, so I panicked and looked around my house for a good last minute gift. Then I saw that box sitting on the kitchen counter and it was just meant to be. I still have that box sitting on my dresser to this day. An anatomically correct, life-size female mannequin from a women's clothing store that had closed. For a mannequin, she had a beautiful face and, of course, a shapely figure. It was given to me by a group of college friends when I turned 21, and the gift included boxes of lingerie and various articles of clothing to dress her up in a variety of creative less than their word more than ways. My mom once got me misshapen underwear. It was sold at dollar stores and was like a reject pile where one leg hole was very big and one was very tiny. She got me like 5 pairs of it. Also once someone gave me a half-burned candle. I got a toaster that toasts Bob Ross's face onto the bread, 8 months late, from a great aunt I hadn't ever met or heard from before. I turned 23 for the birthday that gift was for. Grandmother gave me a Bible and a massive jar of pickles one year to snack on while I became a good religious boy, I suppose. A duct taped up cereal box filled with erasers. A tampon holder for my purse from my step grandma. Wrapping paper wrapped in wrapping paper. An empty toilet paper roll. No, am I not even kidding? I was about 7-8ish years old, I would say, and went to a friend's house to celebrate my birthday. Our birthdays were on the same day, so our parents arranged it that it'd be celebrated at the same time. I don't remember what I gave her. Safe to say at that age mostly parents choose and buy what their child's friends get, at least from where I am from. However, this was very obviously not the case for that family who let their daughter gift me a brown, empty paper toilet roll. Now, I am not particularly socially skilled even today at 23, but even then at 7-8 I thought something was wrong. I didn't say anything about the quality of the gift, I think. I remember laughing and thinking it must be a joke and my real gift wasn't ready yet and would come eventually. Nope, never did. I stopped going to that friend's house soon after. Obviously not because of the gift thing. Just that she was a very self-centered girl that I had grown not to like all that much. I still wonder what her parents' thought process was. I remember looking at the mom to get confirmation it was a joke, but she was laughing while looking at her daughter and not looking at me. Odd family. A mace flail. As in the medieval weapon. My brother made it. Mailed it to me. The mailman accidentally delivered it to the rectory where the priest lived. I was living in a convent at the time. It had a good-natured, but profane, note included. The priest thought it was some kind of threat, and called the cops. Fun birthday. Edit. Pictures. For anyone curious. A dried cod and a large hammer. Exactly 12 years ago. On my 30th birthday. I had a housewarming party. It is common in my culture to give single women weird gifts when they turn 30. My father has his own boat, and his boat club takes part in the annual cod fishing festival in Lofoten. They make some excellent dried fish and he knows I really like it. The fish is prepared by beating it with a hammer until the flesh separates from the bone. It smells very fishy. His friends reacted with "You can't give a single 30 years old woman dry fish." "You are right," he said. "I'll also give her this hammer so she can beat it." I pretended to not get their joke and enjoyed the fish. Edit. Woke up to a full inbox. It was indeed my 42nd birthday yesterday. Thank you. I get a pack that contains a deodorant, shower gel and shampoo from my aunt and uncle literally every single year. At first I thought they keep giving me this because it's cheap. But after the third consecutive year I started to question my hygiene. My grandma, who lives on the opposite coast of me in the US, wrote me a letter for my birthday when I turned 16. In it, she listed several points. Don't shame the family now that you're driving. The weather is nice in Pennsylvania. I pray to God every day that you don't go to hell since you've stopped going to church. At that point I knew one thing. My grandma really appreciated a nice spring day. And no, there was no money in the card. Happy Cake Day. I got an open bag of gumballs from my uncle and auntie once. Strangest part was that someone had chewed a few of the gumballs, rolled the chewed gum into a ball, and placed it back in the bag. Same uncle and auntie that gave me a wrapped box of used toothbrushes a couple years back. Edit. Thanks for the gold and silvers, random internet people. I used pumice stone rewrapped in cling film. The sellotape was yellowing, so must have been like that for some time. A small whittled statue of me. My cousin considers herself an artist and recently took up wood carving. She presented it to me at my birthday party we were holding in my backyard. Folks gathered around because usually she makes paintings of our beautiful Vermont countryside, but the box obviously didn't hold a painting. I opened it and held up the small wooden statue of me. "You made the hands too big," cracked my wife. "I keep it in my camp on the lake." Creeps the hell out of me. Grandmother gave me a random statue of a Cocker Spaniel for my 15th birthday, I think. I have never owned a Cocker Spaniel and neither had she. Looks like something she picked up at a yard sale. I didn't care for it at the time, but after she passed it is one of my precious treasures. I got a tape dispenser, a stapler, and a 3-hole punch for my sweet 16. Gave my sister a fart in a jar. Just a plain glass mason jar with "do not open." Contains fart written in Sharpie on the side. Actually filled it too. The relatives still talk about how awesome that gift was. For my bar mitzvah my uncle gave me a pack of condoms. McDonald's deluxe breakfast, but it was my first day ever at 19. I was raised JW and didn't know what to say when they asked me what I wanted. I wanted junk food because I wasn't allowed to have it growing up at all and I just didn't care. I wanted to celebrate my day. For me it was a music pillow. It was a pillow with a small speaker box which worked via aux in it so you could play music while sleeping, I guess. I never understood why anyone would want to play music while they were trying to fall asleep. And especially not when the speaker is so close to your ears. The sound was really scuffed and the speaker inside the pillow was super hard, so not the most comfortable pillow as well. My friend gifted me a block of butter. That's it. And it was not a joke. But it's not like I'm complaining. The crazy ex-girlfriend of my bro got me and my cat a dirty, really dirty, cat bed. I thanked her politely, put it somewhere my cat wouldn't be able to reach it, and threw it away when she was gone. I got bacon soap. Never used it. A block of government cheese from my sister and her husband. I was 11. It went bad before I could finish it and I never shat again. Happy Cake Day. It was a puppy. Cute as a button. A Shih-Tzu puppy like 2 months old. But I was 18. I could barely take care of myself. What was I supposed to do with the puppy? We kept it in the family. My brother, my mother took care of it mostly. It changed a lot of apartments and families. Though, loving ones. All of them. A big Barney purple bathrobe for my 23rd birthday. For my 6th birthday my aunt sent me a gold heart-shaped box lined with blue velvet. My name was engraved on the lid. It was beautiful. Inside was a dead Japanese beetle. There was a note on top that said I saw this and it reminded me of you. We don't talk to Aunt Donna anymore. For my 8th birthday my mother's friend arrived up and gave me a pair of dark green corduroy trousers. For a woman of approximately her age and size. Needless to say she left with the same pair. Which must have been her plan all along : A few years ago, my parents bought me a little toy robot. It didn't do anything. It was more of a model than a toy. I didn't say anything, since I didn't know how to react. I just politely thanked them for it, and promptly forgot about it. The next year, I got another robot. This time, I was even more confused. Later on, I took it apart, thinking maybe they hid a real present inside the robot. But nope. I just now had a broken robot toy, the 3rd year in a row. I got another ducking robot. I had to stop being polite and ask what's the deal with the robots? Please stop getting them for me. I was in my 30s when this happened. I didn't live with them. I had a job and lived with my fiance. There was no way they thought I was a child who might like a present like this.